happiness demands acceptance and commitment. We all need to examine our spiritual well-being along with any trauma recovery program and deep within inside of ourselves how to recapture feelings of contentment, appreciation, and even happiness. My thoughts about this take me to my early training and how I was working so hard at becoming a clinical psychologist. I was living on a very small income that I received from a scholarship I received. I remember trying to cover all of my expenses on this tiny stipend. It was not always easy. I recall living in a one-bedroom apartment and having to furnish a very small space with the least expensive things I could find. While all of this was going on, I was meeting with clients. They'd tell me that they wanted to get better, go back to work, impress their boss, improve their relationships, find a spouse, leave a spouse, retire, buy a home, or sell a home. And if I continued to ask them about why they wanted any one of their goals, and we peeled back the layers of all of their surface desires, they would always, every one of them, finally begin to speak about their deeper, more meaningful desires of the heart that were at the core of their being. They would speak of a desire for peace, quiet, ease, and eventually happiness. These are spiritual goals. The goals of a deeper nature, deeper than any surface goal could satisfy. Goals that require us to learn about being okay exactly where we are in this moment. Deepak Chopra is a spiritual teacher who describes happiness as a subjective state of being, which is pretty clever because this means that we get to define what makes us happy. I remember as a student being essentially much poorer than most of my clients, and yet happy, excited, delighted with my studies and everything that I was learning. I felt pretty wealthy in a deep sense, driven by something beyond the surface, inexplicable. Mix Mihaly, a psychologist, wrote about flow, an experience of being able to deeply in the moment of our lives, very deeply into the activity we're engaged in. This again creates the subjective state of happiness. Amazing. Because these ideas suggest that we don't really need anything specifically to make us happy. Rather, we can allow ourselves to be happy by not insisting that things go a certain way. Now, this is not to suggest that you shouldn't plan or become effortful in certain activities in your life, but rather that it's okay if you allow yourself to be okay with exactly as it is in this moment while you are moving toward another goal, if you have a goal. The Buddhists examine the idea of happiness, and it's incredibly interesting and applies well to recovery from trauma as well. The Buddhist teachings of the Four Noble Truths goes something like this. As we go through life, we all experience suffering. We all experience life's difficulties and challenges. We age, we lose people we love, and eventually we become ill and we die ourselves. The second noble truth is we suffer because we get attached to stuff, and we all need to accept these losses and learn to release everything. That grasping or clinging to things that have passed or are no longer available creates suffering. And the next one is we recover from much suffering when we learn to let go of the things that we are attached to. This truth is essentially about no longer longing for things we cannot or do not have right now. And then the middle path in life, the one that allows the greater ease, is one that allows us to let go but also to be engaged in life, making goals that we're not attached to, remaining in the right state of mind, action, livelihood, effort, and being. And this is the ultimate of being intentional about our own behavior, thoughts, and holding ourselves to a standard of action that we can feel good about, at ease with. Being at peace with inside of ourselves, regardless of what is occurring or not occurring in our lives. It is what it is. Acceptance and commitment therapy is another great approach for understanding this, and at the heart of this approach is the ability to truly and fully accept what is and live life in a way that feels peaceful. It's a practice. Practice this again throughout the day whenever you need to recapture feelings of comfort or calm. Take the time right now to form a new practice habit. Take a small step in the right direction. Dr. Anna Baranowsky, have a gentle day.